Rock and roll, hoochie coo. What you wanna do? Oh,
Mm.
what's going
Hey,
on, people? What is going on, people? It is Monday night cooler talk. As you already know, we just came from an excellent, yet poorly executed NFL championship weekend. I'm your
man.
man, six man K Styles, and to my stage left, it is the mad scientist, Mad Mike Sports. Now, I know y'all used to
What?
seeing us. I know y'all used to us seeing talking about some Falcon stuff, but right now we got some very interesting NFL to discuss today.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what we do before we start the show?
The real.
Roll call, as you already know. And today's roll call is gonna go to Joseph Thornton. That's the homie right there. We got Raheem DeVille. We got Noah Tyndale in the building. Y'all make sure y'all show him some love down in there. We got Asikpo
What?
Basie. Got Asikpo Basie in here. We got CK22. We got Pat Norris. We got D Coleman. We got Michael Walker. Not that Michael Walker. We got Gabriel Lambro. Shouts out to you. Ephraim Jones. That's one of the OGs right there. So definitely shout out to him. And we got Chester's hot fries. Oh man,
Really?
that sounds about
That
good
that
right
that
now.
one took me off guard.
It did. It damn sure did take me off guard. But if you talking about a Cheeto sponsorship, hey, we can talk about that.
Absolutely.
We ain't on the Megan the Stallion tip, but we take the Cheeto sponsorship. But let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into. Oh, before we get into it, Mike, we had a theme today. I mean, we had a theme for this weekend's football games that I found to be very, very interesting.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Remember last week as we was talking about the theme is all six phases of the game, all three phases of the game was important last week.
Mm. Yes, sir.
Well, this
Oh.
past Sunday's theme for all these games, I can show you better than I can tell you.
Oh man.
There
I
you
don't
go.
even know why. I don't even know why. I forgot that. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Yeah.
60 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Why do we say 60 minutes? Because you have to play well for 60 minutes.
I actually did something that I typically don't do. So I
Mm.
gotta apologize to even the people. I gotta apologize to the people because I did something that I always preach that we should always do this one thing: wait and see.
Right.
Because I asked the question on Twitter whether or not Patrick Mahomes was a Hall of Famer. Um, which I still think he is. He's on that pace, but he did not play like a Hall of Famer towards the end of the game, and that's why he kind of brought up 60 minutes
I mean,
for
that
both
is
teams.
true. Yeah, both games. It was about 60 minutes. But since you brought up Patrick Mahomes, let's go ahead and talk about it.
Oof.
And I'll say congratulations to the Cincinnati Bengals. This will be their first Super Bowl appearance since 1988 or 89. And that's a
Mm-hmm.
very loyal fan. Well, from the Cincinnati fans I've seen, they have been sticking around since the Icky Shuffle, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a definite congratulations to him. Like I said, the main thing we said on the Friday Night Madness was, and I remember saying this, is like if Cincinnati had a chance to win this game, the running game was going to have to play a big part in this. Now, as we know, Kansas City went up 21-10 at the half. There was one particular play that I think changed the whole game. One particular play. And that was them trying to throw a swing screen to Tyreek Hill before halftime. It got stopped short of the goal line. That right there, to me personally, that was the momentum shift. Because when the second half came around, that Cincinnati defense stepped the hell up.
Mm-hmm.
The Bengals scored 24 unanswered points. They outscored the Chiefs 17-3 in the second half and overtime. Oh, wait a minute. My bad. I put the wrong score up. My bad. It was 27-24. See, I knew I fucked something up. I knew I messed something up.
We ain't perfect over here.
We ain't perfect over here. I fucked it up.
We both sit here. We didn't even catch it.
Hey,
I talked about it before.
Hey, they know what it is. They know what it is. Hold on, let me do it right, because I don't want to disrespect no Bengals fans over here. Let me do it right. All right.
My family from Ohio.
There you go. We put it right back up. So y'all just caught a blunder on your boy 6-man K Styles here. Yeah, because I thought about it. I was thinking about it, like, wait a minute, they scored 24 at the end of the game. Why the hell do I got 24-21? but this goes into the theme as what we was talking about, the 60. You have to play for 60 minutes because the Chiefs looked absolutely pedestrian in the second half because Cincinnati dialed up the pressure. They took away those shots, and Patrick Mahomes didn't know what the hell to do.
I'm gonna say this: the game was obviously on the coaches this time. I'm like, not to say that they did not play, like they played great, but I thought this was a poorly coached game. The swing pass that you mentioned earlier was actually an option. Like, it was actually Patrick Mahomes was supposed to look somewhere else first and then dump it off to Reed. That's another of those run pass option things. If you see something there, you do this and you do that. Like, that's an option route.
Right.
Patrick Mahomes did not think it all the way through. But if you just call a just regular fade, just throw the damn fade to Kelsey or somebody, Miko Hartman. Why even do that? Take the 3 points. You call the proper play. We always get on Kyle Shanahan for making stupid calls. That was a dumb call by Andy Reid. Like, that was, I don't know if it was Andy Reid or whatever his name is.
Eric Bieniemy.
Eric Bieniemy. I don't know why I want to say Eric Bieniemy. I don't know why. But Bieniemy, I don't think when you look at that play, you can say Patrick Mahomes didn't do the right thing. Yeah, you can see that Tyreek didn't get in the end zone, but why even call that play? Like, it was clearly an option play. Look at two things and then check it down. That's a habit by the quarterback, which is, I always say about that RPO. When you run them RPO, you get into habits. That's why I cannot stand RPOs, because you get trained. Like, quarterbacks are trained with those RPO, and you can see that's like even Patrick Mahomes wasn't even thinking in that position. But like, yeah, like I said, I don't like that call. I don't even know why you even have Tariq in that spot. Let him run a slant, a drag route, like he had before. He was like literally the check down there. Why have a check down and they literally playing a cloud? That's what they do. That's what you do on the goal line. I don't like that call.
But hey, but before we get into it, give shouts out also Jew Talk Sports is in the chat. Y'all make sure y'all show them some love, as well as my people's Ultra Shadow 97 and the young gunner himself. ATM 534. That's the Twitter receipt, man. So yeah, I told you.
Watch what you say.
Exactly. But I like what see. I like against you in the court of Twitter. But I like what Excepo Bay here said. He said 3 reasons why Kansas City lost: got pretty, stopped playing fundamental football, didn't take the field goal before the half. And he said Mahomes choked. They just got like I said, that number one reason is exactly what we talking about. Right. You got pretty and you didn't stick to the fundamentals. I mean, bro, the only field goal, the only 3 points you got was in the second half was a field goal. And remember, this is supposed to be one of the top offenses in the league.
I think they actually went away from what was working. They went back. I had a conversation with LT, and I told him, for like, what I saw was they thought they were back. They thought they was back to the old Chiefs and started doing old Chief things and like looking for the big play every play. That's what I saw. And they weren't like, if you go back in the last few games, they had got comfortable checking the ball down to the running backs, Pringle, like all the wide receivers, like they had got comfortable going back to what Andy Reid is comfortable with, and that's checking the ball down and let the athletes be athletes. And they completely bend it, and that's what Tariq, like, there's no reason why Tariq should not have a catch. Like, come on, bro. That dude was way too fast to not have a catch.
And shouts out to Tony Wright as well for joining us. And Joe Schmo here said second half Bengals dropped the extra man in zone coverage and rushed 3 to crowd the underneath stuff and still covered deep. And Kansas City didn't adjust. Part of why he's running around on plays. Yeah. Because like Mike just said, they reverted back to old ways, and their old ways is schoolyard football.
I mean, that's why I would run around like a chicken, chicken with his head cut off. You just running in circles, like, bro.
All right, yeah. But like you said, and like I said, the Bengals, even though like I said, you didn't see a full clean game from them, they went to the fundamentals. You saw them giving the ball to Joe Mixon. You saw them giving the ball to Samaje Perine. They let the running backs do the work.
Yep.
Even though CJ Uzomah went out, you saw T. Higgins step up. You saw Jamar Chase step up. You saw Tyler Boyd. Offensively, the offensive line still got a lot of work to do. They not that good.
They were bad.
They was bad. But even with them being bad, you see what happens when you have some semblance of a running game. It negates the amount of dropbacks your quarterback need to take. So, like I said, congratulations, Cincinnati Bengals. But we want to take a break right quick. I want to show y'all a few things this is what we call K Styles scrumdring around on Twitter. Now y'all want to see some petty stuff. Hold on.
Oh man.
Let me show you some petty stuff. This was petty. This is one thing that was petty as hell. Hold on, let me get this off. Look at the bottom. It says Bengals down 21-10 with 13 seconds left. Somebody took a picture of this. I like, boy, y'all is petty.
That's
That's some sick. That's some sick shit right there. I ain't even gonna lie. But this was the funniest thing of them all right here. This was the funniest thing of them all. So Kansas City Chiefs said we won the coin toss. The Cincinnati Bengals said you lost the game. I said no. I said y'all asses is petty. Let me show you one more. And this is I think how a lot of people that was paying attention to the game. This is how a lot of people work. Look, it said Bengals. It's like Chiefs, Bengals,
wow.
21-2. Bengals 21. Like, what the fuck just happened? But did you hear what Patrick Mahomes said? Did you hear what Patrick Mahomes said at the end? They got an article of what he said. I don't know if this is what he said. He said, we were never supposed to be here. They counted us out. They put us down, but this team battled back. We did it once. We'll do it again. Thank you for an incredible ride. And somebody said the Chiefs was favored by 7 points today and were favored in all 20 games of their season. So what the fuck is you talking about?
Yeah, but he does have a point. They were not playing well earlier this year.
They weren't.
He thought, like I said, he has a point, but you look kind of stupid when you talk about
exactly.
Like, your favorite. Like they were not playing like the Chiefs, and they were in a lot of close games this year. I think that's what he means. Right. I'm because that, like I said, earlier this year they were not playing like the Chiefs at all. Like they were in close games with teams that they shouldn't have been in. So it's like I think he went way too far talking about we wasn't supposed to be there. Like you're a damn 2-14 or 2-15 team.
Exactly, motherfucker. You lost like 2 games in the first 8 weeks of the season. What the hell is you talking about? But thank God, because I don't want to have to hear anything else about Jackson Mahomes and that busted ass wife of Patrick and Brittany.
I'm so sick of her.
This was karma for them because she pouring champagne on Chiefs fans because they won last week. Yeah. Them Chiefs fans gonna look for her. But hold on. D-Cole said, I hate when top dogs play the everyone counted us out card.
Like you favored every game.
Exactly. You was literally favored every game, regardless if you was playing well or not. So don't play that bullshit around here. But Blizz818 had an interesting question here. He said, how would Atlanta have looked if they took Chase over Pitts? How do you know if Chase would have been that good here?
Right.
You have to remember, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow already had chemistry in college. So they already know each other's tendencies. They just got to put the routes and playbooks together, but they know how they run routes.
That's one thing I always say. Even with the offensive line, none of that shit matters if you don't have chemistry. You can have the most you can have the most talent, but those guys don't know each other's tendencies, where he's going to be when we've seen plenty of times where he was running and Jamar Chase just knew to come back to a spot. Like that's their thing. Whenever there's pressure, Jamar Chase just knows how to run around and look for those voids where Burrow likes to throw. Like literally, that's what there's the entire game. That's the entire game. Him moving around, finding receivers, and receivers finding those voids. That's literally what the entire game.
Right. So
let's say I gotta see it too. That damn Mixon, man. That dude is a monster.
Hey, that like I said, that's usually my fantasy go-to running back every year. But this year I couldn't get him because he got snatched up, and I wanted. Like
that dude,
like when I play fantasy football, there's always certain players that I always go for, that I always get. This year I didn't get Joe Mixon, but yeah. The thing about Joe Mixon was a first round talent that went the third round because he apparently punched a female in the bar.
Who?
Remember that incident where there was like he hit that woman in the bar in college?
Yeah.
That's why he dropped. So that's why he dropped to the third round, and Cincinnati took a chance on him.
You're right. Yeah.
But he was already a first round talent anyway, so I wasn't surprised. Joe Mixon is a dog though. He a beast. But let's see. Of course, ATM had to throw this in here. He said, "Sounds like Alabama trying to play the underdog card this year."
Alabama of all the teams, they got a 5-star hotel at they damn campus. They be talking about some underdog.
We're gonna get one more comment. D. Coleman said, he said, "You have the best quarterback, the best tight end, and the top 5 wide receiver. Talk about they got a chip on their shoulder. Man, shut your ass." Oh boy. So also congratulations to Ricardo Allen. Looks like he's gonna have a chance at a ring as well. I mean, but hey, let's go ahead and get to the next one. This is gonna be the interesting one right here. And remember, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe to not only Mad Mike Sports but 6-Man K Styles as well. It's down here at the bottom on the ticker. Let's get to the next one. Rams beat 49ers 20-17. Now, this once again goes to the 60-minute. This once again goes to the 60-minute theme of this weekend. Remember, 49ers was up 17-7 with a couple minutes left in the third quarter. Remember that. The Rams was not playing well. And then all of a sudden, they started leaving OBJ wide open. Oh yeah. Also, did anybody notice the Raheem Morris cover 3 they was playing the first 3 quarters of the game?
Man. Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Yeah. San Francisco had their way with that cover 3. But you see what happens when you play man when you need to? San Francisco didn't have a chance after that. And I got advice for San Francisco 49ers and 49ers fans. Y'all need another running back. Because the hits that Deebo Samuel took this game, this is exactly why we say, this is exactly what we said about Cordero Patterson. That guy can't be taking hits like that. Because they're going to hit, like I said, at this point, the reputation that Deebo Samuel's picking up now, these motherfuckers finna hit his ass like a running back. Even though he's tough as hell, and I give him credit, he's tough. But he's still a wide receiver, bro.
That's the biggest thing right there. He treating him like he did Julio. I said that a few weeks ago. That man treating him like he did Julio. That man like throwing to Julio every play. I thought Julio gonna die that year, boy.
Nah. Now look, Tony right here said being up 17-7, lost the game through the stupid penalties and dropped the interception. And also I got another issue too. Sean McVay, the hell is wrong with you?
Bruh.
What the hell was you thinking?
He did a couple.
The challenges was fucking stupid. But in classic Shanahan fashion, Shanahan didn't take advantage because after that second challenge, and I remember the commentator said during the game, and I was thinking about this, like, why the hell did you challenge the fumble? because now you gave the 49ers an extra second to think about going for it when you stopped them. But the 49ers didn't think about going for it. They were just trying to jump them off sides. My homie Sonya said Shanahan strikes again. Everybody's like Shanahan strikes again. But let me ask you a question. Also particular, and this is also congratulations to Matt Stafford for finally getting a chance.
Mm-hmm.
When Matt Stafford was in Detroit, well, what was the difference between Matt Stafford in Detroit and Matt Stafford this year?
The difference? It's the difference this year and last year. Like honestly, I can say two things, but one thing in particular, a running game. I think a running game and just better decisions by the coaching.
Now you got a point right there. But I was looking more so of you see what happens when you put a complete team around this guy. This is what we talk about with teams and quarterbacks. Like people say, well, you got to have an elite quarterback. Everybody wants an elite quarterback. Everybody can't have an elite quarterback. It's all about the pieces you put around them and how they play in situations. Because OBJ and Cooper Kupp ate up this secondary today. They ate up the 49ers secondary.
It was bad.
And you saw that Rams offensive line kind of held the 49ers in check. Just a little bit. Just a little bit enough. To where OBJ had over 100 yards, Cooper Kupp had over 100 yards. But there was one guy on that Rams team that I think that was big for him, and nobody's really talking about it. But that Blanton dude, that tight end that played.
Those are those small, those little players that you're always talking about, supporting players.
Right. So, hey man, and that Javarsky Tart drop interception, I think that played a bigger part. That didn't play a bigger part in it, but that could have helped them a lot.
You gotta make those. You gotta make those.
You gotta make those plays. And he took ownership of it, which, like I said, you have to. But like I said, this just came down to Kyle Shanahan getting too cute. And this came down to the Ram just saying, hey man, fuck that. We finna just play man up with you. But I also got a question for everybody in here too. Did anybody feel that the referees kind of let them get away with the play clock situation? Because I know this didn't go for one team, but this kind of went both ways as well. It was kind of like they were like real lenient, just a little bit, because it was like maybe like 4 or 5 times where I've seen the play clock literally hit 0 and there was no flags. This was on both sides. This was on both teams.
I love the way the game was called, to be honest.
Right. I got the perfect picture to basically describe how this game went. I got the perfect picture for y'all. Hold on right quick. Hang on with your boy. Let me go ahead and get this off. This is the perfect picture. Let me move the banner right quick.
Oh God.
This is the perfect picture right here. That was the perfect fit. I caught this on Twitter. That was the most perfect
Air
pitch.
that bitch out.
Yeah, that bitch. Kyle Shanahan, you either go from running the ball or air that bitch out. That motherfucker was looking at the tits like, oh man, I'm finna air that bitch out right there. that
Gabrielle Lambo.
oh my god. Yeah, that hold on, my bad. That was the perfect picture that I saw of that. Because I said, ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell.
What's wrong with that dude, man? Like, is it like something wrong? Like, something really has to be mentally wrong with him.
Mm-hmm. But I got a question. I got a question pertaining to where San Fran kind of went with this. I got a question. What do you think they do with Jimmy G? Because for one thing, because the 49ers faithful, boy, they are pissed.
I mean, he ain't that great, but like, if you think you're gonna get a lot better from a rookie, like, y'all sadly mistaken. So y'all gonna be dealing with okay quarterback play for at least 2 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
Let this dude turn out to be the second coming of Peyton Manning, which I doubt, but this gonna be y'all gonna be dealing with this. Y'all defense is gonna have to carry them for at least 2 years.
Mm-hmm. But the only reason why I say this too is it seemed like in that fourth quarter, it kind of seemed like to me that they went because I know Debo Samuel. I know he was feeling them hits because he wasn't out there in the fourth quarter like that.
Mm-hmm.
Them hits got to him because he done got blasted twice.
I've been saying that though. That's what I've been telling. I've been saying that for the last few weeks. That man gonna mess around like everybody. Don't say that. Look, man, I know Kyle Shanahan. That man gonna wear out a star. He get a star. He don't like he did it with George Kittle too. George Kittle had a lot of hits a lot of injuries these past 2 to 3 years is because he's the only person that he draws up plays for.
Mm-hmm.
He's just not a very creative passer.
Right.
Like, he's just not.
Yeah. And yeah, because I was about to say I didn't see too much. I didn't see too much George Kittle. I didn't see too much Debo in the fourth quarter. I saw a lot of Eric Weddle and Jalen Ramsey in the fourth quarter for the damn Rams, though. I said, Eric Weddle? No, fuck, he come back. I thought he retired.
Yeah, I saw that. Make sure you guys on Mad Mike Sports hit that link. It heads right over to K-Style channel. So make sure you subscribe. All right, the link is pinned on my channel. If you're on my channel, just obviously if you're on K-Style channel, hit that subscribe button. Try to get this. We're gonna get this man to 1K, man. Got to get him to 1K.
Mm-hmm. Right. But yeah, there was another thing too. It was some of these, and like I said, I think where this game turned was that drop interception. I think this is where the game kind of turned in the wrong direction for the 49ers. But I wouldn't say it was just that. It was the penalty the very next play that was unnecessary. The one where Jimmy Ward hit OBJ helmet to helmet when it wasn't necessary. I think that kind of helped turn the tide right there because that penalty kind of showed that, okay, the drop interception frustrated the hell out of you. And the Rams was like, oh shit, we got him. Then all of a sudden, like I said, you saw Cooper Kupp all game. Cooper Kupp was eating them slants up. You saw Blanton. He was K. Bruh, this was I've never seen a flea flicker screen before. What the fuck was that shit? I'm gonna ask y'all, have y'all ever seen a flea flicker screen before? The Rams pulled this shit out there, and I was like, wait a minute, what the hell is this? Was this scripted? Because if this was, this is some bullshit. Like they had called like I said, they had called the flea flicker. So I'm guessing either Stafford didn't have time or there was nobody open downfield, but he dumped it off the blank and got like 25, 30 yards on. I said, what the hell kind of play is this? But hey, Mike, I got a question for you. Mike, I got a question for you. So we seeing a lot of people talking about the Jimmy G Trey Lance thing after this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm looking at this question is going to be kind of like a hindsight 2020 type question. Hindsight 2020 type question. Do you feel like if they would have drafted for the now instead of the future with Trey Lance, do you think a player would have played a big difference in a type of game like this? Because the reason why I'm saying that is because now you got a lot of people, like I said, you got this whole Jimmy G, this might be his last game. And you got people wanting to bring in a veteran quarterback, but you've invested so much into Trey Lance. Would you really risk bringing in somebody else, a veteran quarterback, like an Aaron Rodgers? Because they already talking about Aaron Rodgers and stuff like that. So would you risk bringing in an Aaron Rodgers and then further delaying the development of Trey Lance, who you just put all this stock into?
That'd be so stupid. That would really be stupid.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really ignorant to bring in Aaron Rodgers. They have no receivers like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I can guarantee that Aaron Rodgers don't want to throw to no IU.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect to him, but like I can promise you, he up here crying about just having Devontae Adams. So you think he want to throw to an IU?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, because this is the same thing we said last year about Aaron Rodgers and the damn Green Bay Packers. It was far more so of it's that risk of drafting your heir apparent for the quarterback. You passing up on a lot of guys that can help you right now. But you're investing a first round pick on a quarterback that you're not going to see for the next couple years.
Yeah.
And that's why I said this is a catch-22. This is a hindsight 2020 catch-22 type of deal, because now you're in a situation where you have no choice. You have to play Trey Lance this year.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. You can't let him sit behind no more. And that's why Green Bay has been. They like I said, that's why they haven't really been able to get over the hump, because that one draft pick, you could have had an extra wide receiver or a tight end or somebody that could help on the offense right away. But you drafted Jordan Love when Aaron Rodgers talking about he needed more weapons. This is another situation like that. Oh, yeah. San Francisco fans are petitioning for Aaron Rodgers to go to San Fran. I'm telling you right now, it's out there. I got a homie that's a 49ers fan. He tells me this shit all the time. Like, these most is petitioning for Aaron Rodgers to go to San Fran.
I mean, I get it. It makes sense when you look at him being from Cali, but as far as football, I just don't think it makes football sense to bring him there.
That was I said,
bro. Like, you give up Aaron Rodgers, like, we don't know if he plans on playing for that long, because he's already brought stake into owning teams, and like he got all this stuff going on off the field. Like, does he really want to do it? Like he's hosting, um, he up here hosting shows and stuff. Like, do y'all really think he is ready to do? Like, that's my thing.
Mm.
I just don't think it's a good football move for 49ers.
Okay.
Makes sense as a fan. It makes sense as a fan.
Right.
Because
But
like, why would you not want to have Aaron Rodgers? But like as a football, this is why I say it's like you gotta wait to like 49ers team for the most part is already set. Like the team is set. They got young pieces. So
right.
and these guys are gonna get better. But at the same time, you still got Jimmy G that ain't really worth nothing. Like I hate to say it, but he really ain't worth nothing. Like why bring in an older guy and he's just gonna pretty much be LeBron to what the Lakers is. He's an older guy with a bunch of young guys, and he ain't gonna want that. He gonna want some players that's already, set. Like these guys are like I said, it just doesn't make football sense for the 49ers to trade
Right.
for
Right. So yeah, so I said like the Rams, they made a gamble. But I'm gonna say one more thing about the 49ers. I'm gonna go to the Rams. Cause the main thing that they was pushing out last night was Jimmy G got the highest winning percentage in the playoffs outside of Tom Brady in the NFL the last 5 years. But I'm saying, but could that be contributed to him as an individual, or is he the product of the talent around him or the team around him? And this is where we have to kind of differentiate the differences between great and a quarterback, because like I said, a quarterback's greatness is going to be there, but you win as a team. Let's just be honest. If you have a team in situations to where they come up big, like I said, with the defense, the running games, special teams. So that brings up a question. Is there really even a such thing as an elite quarterback then? If the quarterback is only a cog in the machine, wouldn't that make the team more elite than the quarterback? It destroys the notion of the elite quarterback. That's a very interesting question right there.
I believe in teams anyway. Like I believe that quarterbacks can win a lot of games because you got like you have a team that's set perfectly for him to be able to like be in a position to succeed. But is there really a such thing as an elite quarterback? Like, it depends on what your definition of elite is, because elite could be a quarterback that doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Elite could be a quarterback that put up a lot of numbers and doesn't make a lot of mistakes. So it's like it depends on what your definition of elite is. My definition of elite is you're gonna be in top as far as the numbers is concerned. You don't throw, anything over 15 interceptions. Obviously, you're gonna be over 20 touchdowns and about 4,200 yards, 4,000 yards passing. Like for me, that's elite. Because we've seen a lot of teams, they have these quarterback, they draft these quarterback, and they just got a bunch of numbers. They look good, but when they actually play good teams, they really ain't worth. They're not really that good when they play good teams.
Yeah, because that, and I just thought about that just now. So I was like, wait a minute, that's a very interesting topic for further discussion. And Dre True Statement here said, yeah, there's such thing, and to piggyback off the cog and machine analogy, some parts are more valuable to the machine function. Yes. Yeah. Like I said, ain't no right or wrong answers here. But like I said, I just thought that'd be some food for thought. Like I said, if it's a call, like I said, if you have the team built the right way around a player, is he really elite? Or is the team elite? And this is why we have to give the blame to a lot of the sports media and ESPN in general for hyping up the quarterback position as being the only position that matters in the NFL. Bullshit. You ain't got an offensive line to protect him. What good is the quarterback if he's on his damn back? You ain't got wide receivers that can get open. What's the use of the quarterback throwing the ball to somebody that can't get open? If you ain't got a running game to help alleviate the passing game in a way, you letting the defense tee off on your on enough times to let your quarterback get hit. If you ain't got a punter that can switch field position consistently like that, is your special teams worth a damn? If you ain't got a kicker that can consistently make kicks in the clutch, is your kicker worth a damn? If your defense can't get stops on third down, cannot send pressure, can't get turnovers, that puts more pressure on the offense to perform. So is there really a such thing as elite position players? Because everybody needs each other.
In some way, you gotta depend on.
Look at Matthew Stafford, for example. I'm pointing up here. You see Matthew Stafford at the very end of the screen. He came from a situation in Detroit where he was barely making the playoffs. They didn't really have teams around him like that. Now he had some resemblance of receivers, but really his prime years was with Calvin Johnson. That's about it, right? He got traded to a situation to where a team was just literally 3 years removed from the Super Bowl, which was almost damn near the same identical team. They added Jalen Ramsey, OBJ, Cooper Kupp then emerged, Von Miller. You got all these other guys, Leonard Floyd, Sony Michel. You, like I said, you added these guys. Now you put a complete team around them.
But that's what we always talk about, like.
Right.
Once you got that defense, that's all you need is really to make your, go out and get that quarterback. Once you have that defense, you got to make it your priority to go out and get a quarterback. You got to.
Hey, we got Spirits of Detroit podcast here. Hey, what's going on, man? Appreciate you joining us. He said facts. So I'm gonna ask you, homie. You a Detroit Lions podcast, man? I'm gonna ask that right quick. Because the thing is, I don't see too many Lions fans. And like I said,
man, I've only seen disappearing. Well,
I've seen 3. Look, bro. I swear, in the city of Georgia, in my lifetime, I've seen 3 Lions fans in my lifetime. 3. And I was shocked to even see that. All right, so hey, like I said, shouts out to Spirits of Detroit podcast. He do Lion content over there. Y'all make sure y'all go over there, subscribe to him. Hey man, I say if he a Detroit Lions fan through all the shit that they done went through. Hey, you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. And plus, the Lions are almost there. Jared Goff ain't. Like I said, when Jared Goff got drafted, I said he wasn't it. He wasn't it. But like I said, they got a young team in the next couple years. The Lions can be a contender.
They got a
But
solid. They play the
yeah,
game the right way. They're running the
yeah,
ball, they're playing solid defense,
right,
building the O line, building the defense. Like that's the way football should be built. They're a
right,
tough team.
right. But as you see what they do, as you see what they did, they've been trying to build the team the right way. They offensive line with Penny Sewell. Then you see well, was it Brown on the outside? You got DeAndre Swift. Defense, Charles
Mm-hmm.
Harris. Like I said, they building it the right way. They just trying to they're setting the team up to where once they get the quarterback they need, it will be a smooth transition. And that's what being a fan is about.
I don't think he's the guy. I just don't. Yeah, golf need to go to a team with a defense.
Golf need to get his ass up out the league. I'm just gonna be honest with you. He boo boo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wasn't. I'm not a Jared Goff fan. I don't even see how the hell. The only reason why he went number one overall was because it was the LA Rams. That was it. That was it. It was the LA Rams. But
they don't even like Jared Goff. Nobody like him.
He's garbage.
Oh, I know that. Damn, I was hoping somebody would like him. Damn.
He is garbage. I put him in the Baker Mayfield category.
Now Baker, I can't deal with no Baker.
Yeah.
He's the worst one. That dude, yeah. I'm not a fan of him at all.
So everybody go ahead and start leaving your questions. Hold on. You just say Goff ain't that bad. He ain't good, but he ain't out of the league bad.
I mean, that's bad if you don't know where the hell to put him. Yeah, you put him in the trash can until somebody pick his ass up.
Boy, that boy need to be in the city dump somewhere. I'm just kidding. He ain't that bad, but I'm not a fan of his, man. I don't see. Like I said,
I don't see nothing good in him. What's good at him?
Exactly.
That's it. That's probably the best thing about him.
Look. CK22 had it best. This is who you blame for that. Look at the name right there.
Mm-hmm. That man.
That's who you blame about that.
Every year, he always hype up a quarterback. That he getting paid by somebody, some agents or something.
Exactly.
Every year, he always hype up the quarterback. It never fails with him.
Exactly. Yeah, Triple G said, so Charles Harris had 7.5 sacks. Yes. This is what happens when Charles Harris plays more than 5 games in a season.
Dan Quinn.
Exactly. But yeah, y'all go ahead and leave y'all questions in here. We're gonna Q&A this thing up. But while y'all leaving y'all questions, I got something I want to get off my chest here. Hey, Mike, I got a question. And you probably know this. I got a lot of questions for a lot of people that's watching. Okay, when we looking at Twitter trends and who's trending, especially when it comes to football, ain't it normally supposed to be the teams that are in the games that's supposed to be in the game?
I know.
You know where I'm going with this. I'm asking the people in chat. Am I right about the trending topics? Ain't it usually supposed to be trending on whoever is in the certain thing? Damn. Hold on. Malik Holmes said just finished looking at some Malik Willis film. Who the hell would draft him at 8?
I mean, I made a video. Go into our we have a draft board myself. We have a draft playlist. I'll put it in there after the show. But we have a draft where we're all are picking doing breakdowns on the players. So again, y'all got to keep leaving the comments under our videos. Please respond to the videos. We need as much content as we possibly can. But I did a breakdown on him. I just don't see how he's the first. Like even the first 2 rounds, I wouldn't take him in the first 2 rounds. His accuracy, like he may have a big arm, and even his athleticism, I don't think his athleticism is that great. The way that they portray him to be, they essentially what they trying to make him to be is a Cam Newton, but he doesn't even have a body for that. So like I don't even know why he's that high.
The athleticism,
know what his size was? Does anybody know what his size was? I just want to see if you guys have been paying attention to his height.
Let me take a guess. Because I think the last time I seen him was like he was like 6'1", 210.
Bro, he was literally about 6. They got him like 6 feet, like which probably mean he about 6'5", 11. You know how they do it.
I already know. With the shoes on, they add that extra inch. Josh Gilliam said he's not 6 feet.
That man. They said he was 6 feet, and I believe it was a Senior Bowl. I believe it was a Senior Bowl. They did measurement, and it was like a 6'0", like 8 or something like that. Like he wasn't even barely 6 feet.
Mm-hmm. But let me get back to what I was saying. Okay, so since the playoffs have started in the NFL, guess who's been the number one trending player in the sports category as far as Twitter is concerned?
Oh man, that's bad.
Look. I got another picture. I'm gonna put this. This is from last night. Hold on, let me make sure. The number one of the NFL trending. We talking about Matt Ryan? I was like, why is Matt Ryan's name popping up in the playoffs? And we know he's not in the playoffs. Do you think that comes from that crowd of saying, well, what do you why do you think that is?
I'm sorry. Y'all got mental problem, bro. Y'all got to lay off whatever the hell y'all on, because this is just y'all something wrong with y'all. Like something seriously wrong with y'all. I really believe that y'all got some type of mental issue. Why did this man name always? He ain't. That's why. What's wrong with y'all? He ain't got nothing to do with it. He up there probably banging Sarah guts out, watching his kids, and y'all up here worried about him. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Can the man stay home and mind his own damn business without him trending? Dang. Like, bro, I was trying to figure out why the heck why he was trending too. Like, what did he have to do with anything? Like nothing. Making some more ice cubes. I'm just saying, man. That man up here trying to get him some. He been hit and smoked, so he been hitting and getting hit and getting hit. He probably want to hit some. Like,
exactly. He had to sack them guts the off season, bro. Like, goddamn.
Come on, man.
But what it was I clicked on it, and half of what I saw was it came back to the mobile quarterback. It came back to the mobile quarterback discussion. Now, here's the thing, though. You have to differentiate what is mobile to you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about mobile as in a guy that's running for 600 yards a season? Are you talking about mobile enough to where he's improvising? Or are you talking about pocket mobility to where he can move and manipulate the pocket? And this is the stuff that people kind of fail to differentiate. Because that's what I said. People don't differentiate what the term mobile is. They just use a generic. They use a generic term as in mobile. But like I said, what are you talking about? Are we talking about improvising? Are we talking about running the ball consistently? Or are we talking about pocket mobility?
I always say this: mobility is I always say a mobile quarterback is a quarterback that focus on running the ball first. He's not a quarterback. He's not your typical quarterback. His first engage is to run the ball, a la Mike Vick, Lamar Jackson. Like those guys are mobile quarterbacks. They look to run first. Just because you have the ability to run doesn't make you a mobile quarterback. Those are completely different. That's why I always say it's like people say that that Patrick Mahomes is a mobile quarterback. He's not a mobile quarterback. He looks to pass the ball. Mobile quarterbacks don't look to pass the ball. They look to run first.
So my question would back that too is differentiate between mobility and run first. Is that what you're saying, Mike? Differentiate the term. Because if you're talking about a mobile quarterback as far as a guy that's kind of a better improviser and stuff like that, see, I can get that. Because Matt Ryan is not getting up, he's not getting up there. He's getting up there in age, and he's still productive. You've seen him do a little bit of mobility stuff this year. But if you're talking about the next quarterback that you want mobile, you want somebody that can improvise and stuff on the fly like that. But it's all got to be within the play. It's all got to be for something. It can't just be for nothing. Where you saw it last night with Jimmy G. Jimmy G moved out the pocket in multiple situations to where he didn't have to. His first read was gone, and he was just he went out the pocket.
Yeah.
And that's what we talk about. Like you said, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, these guys are improvisers. Because even when they moving out the pocket, they still looking downfield trying to make the play. You're improvising. You're literally on the fly doing some shit. But if you're talking about a guy who's one read then run, them quarterbacks get hit a lot.
Yeah.
They get hit a lot.
Yeah, and I think people got the term, mobile quarterback. Like I said, that's not a mobile quarterback. Mobility, mobile. Like that's not a mobile quarterback. It literally telling you run first, then quarterback. That's what mobile quarterback.
Right.
Patrick Mahomes is a quarterback first, and then he uses his legs. Like he uses his legs to move around. Like every quarterback does that. Move their legs to buy more time. There's not a quarterback in the league outside of mobile quarterbacks that actually do that. Matt Ryan is a quarterback. He uses his legs to buy him more time. Tom Brady, he uses his legs to buy more time. So the difference, like those are two different types of quarterbacks. Even, a guy like Russell Wilson, he uses his legs to buy more time. Mobile quarterbacks look to run first, use their athleticism, then throw. They use their athleticism, then throw. That's what Lamar Jackson does. That's why he has so many, 1,000 yards, 800 yards, 900 yards rushing, because he's using his legs to buy more time or to make plays. That's not what a guy like Joe Burrow is. He uses his arm first, and then he uses his legs to buy more time so he can throw.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is not a mobile quarterback, bro.
He's not.
He ain't.
Just because he running fast don't mean he actually mobile. Like, bro, just because you see a quarterback running, like trust me, I've seen Matt Ryan scored from 20 yards, all right, and he got in the end zone. That don't mean he runs. Well, you've seen even Aaron Rodgers have a wide open lane to run the ball, and he didn't do it. Is he a mobile quarterback? No, he's not a mobile quarterback. Why? Because he didn't even think about running the ball. He like the NFC Championship, he didn't even think about running. That's a quarterback first. So this is what we talking about, people. Just because a guy can run fast doesn't necessarily mean his mentality is mobile quarterback. It's all about your mentality, what you are comfortable with doing first. Lamar is comfortable running first so he can buy time. And if a guy's open, he'll throw it to him. But he uses his legs to actually buy time to throw it.
Hold on. I got hit. He said Patrick is a mobile quarterback. You tripping. Once again, are we basing it off of that 135-yard run he had in the playoff? What was it, against Buffalo? Because if that's the case, Tom Brady is a mobile quarterback. I've seen him make runs like that too.
Yep. Against
I've seen Peyton Manning make a run like this. That was the slowest shit I've ever seen in my life.
He did it though.
Because you gotta remember, Patrick Mahomes doesn't run. He doesn't move out to run. He moves out to extend plays. This is what we talk about, the difference between improvising and running the ball. Because I'm gonna say pockets full, and he said it right here. He said any quarterback that moves out the scrambles outside the pocket is mobile. So yes, every quarterback in the NFL is mobile. Every quarterback in the NFL.
Every quarterback. If you're going by that.
If you're going by that, you're basically saying every quarterback is mobile. I don't know why these folks.
We literally just saw Matthew Stafford running a couple of times.
I don't know why these folks thinking that Patrick Mahomes is mobile. Like I said, once again, y'all are not paying attention to the contents, is what we're saying.
So now Big is not mobile. See, like this is stuff we talking about. Like, come on.
See, that's what we talking about.
I want to say Matt Ryan ain't like we literally. I've seen last year. I believe it was 2 years ago. Okay, this is what we talking about.
Bro, hold on. Let me put it back out here, because this is what this dude literally said. He said, any quarterback that can scramble outside the pocket is mobile. It's right there on the screen.
Everybody put yes or no. Have you ever seen Matt Ryan scramble outside the pocket?
He said any quarterback. No, let me say it. He said any quarterback. He didn't say particular. He said any quarterback that can scramble outside the pocket is mobile. This is what we're talking about.
Three yeses so far. You saying Matt Ryan run the ball out?
Hell, he did it this year. What the hell is you talking about?
like these, y'all killing your own. This what we talking
about. This is what LT talks about. You killing your own statements. You're killing your own statement. Like you said, you killing your own damn point. He said, any quarterback that scrambles outside the pocket. You didn't say how many times outside the pocket. You said that does it.
Let me ask you guys this. This is a question I have for everybody. what do you have to have
Hold on.
the ability
Hey, Mike,
to
Mike,
like
Mike,
roll out?
Mike. You think we should allow a couple folks on to kind of explain it? Because I'm kind of confused here. So pockets full. You want to come on and explain it to us? Because I'm like really confused. Because this here, you just said any quarterback that scrambles outside the pocket is mobile.
Mm-hmm.
But you literally just named quarterbacks that have been proven to move outside the pocket. Now, it may not be as much as you want it to be, but you didn't say how many times. You just said any that can. That means that is a general statement, which means
let me ask you this. Danilo Gallinari is a guy that can shoot threes. All right. He may not he ain't gonna get off the ground at all. He's not gonna shoot like KD. He's not gonna jump in the air and shoot threes, fall away three like KD. He's not gonna do the the Steph Curry shooting for half court threes. But is he still a 3-point shooter? That's essentially what it is. It doesn't matter how he does it. If he's doing it, he's still a mobile quarterback. It's still a 3-point shot at the end of the day. He's still running at the end of the day.
Right. Yeah, so anybody that then got yardage outside of the pocket and scrambled outside the pocket, you see why I haven't changed this talk? Because this is what he said. Any quarterback that can scramble outside the pocket is mobile. So he literally just said that every quarterback in the NFL is mobile, because I've seen every quarterback have to scramble outside, pick up a couple yards if they need to.
He really just said what he really wanted to say. It never fails, man. It never fails.
But like I said, it's right there in the chat. Pockets full. I need you to come on and explain what all this is, because you said one thing, you contradicted it by trying to name other quarterbacks that have not, that you say quote unquote hasn't done it, but has done it. It's right here. Make you fumble is right there too. Hold on. Let me do this right. Because I know most of everybody's on Mad Mike Sports. So there you go, right there.
I put replace.
Because I'm confused. Because I'm confused.
I kind of know what he's alluding to, but
I know what I know what he's alluding to. But this is the problem that we talk about. We talk about people leaving on empty calorie statements. But when you try to get them to come on and explain it, now all of a sudden, nobody wants to come on. And this is the problem that we have.
So he sucked because he can't run fast.
Here goes everybody's best friend in the whole wide world. What's up, man? What you got?
Hey, what's good, bro?
What you got? What's going on, man? What you got for us?
I'm saying like my iron is not mobile. Okay? Anybody who say that is fooling you with a bunch of bullshit.
Hey, but look at here. This is what was said here in the comment section.
Because these people don't know what they're saying, man.
Hey, he put.
Don't mind them.
Look, he put it out there. Hey. So
yeah,
let me ask you a question. When you're talking about mobility, are you talking about moving outside the pocket to extend plays, or are you talking about running for yardage?
No, I'm saying I'm like getting more yards, like scramble outside of pocket, like making plays from anywhere, getting more yards.
So you want a running quarterback?
No. That's not what I'm saying, man.
No, because the reason why I'm saying that is you basically just said I want a quarterback that's mobile, somebody that gets out the pocket and makes yards with the feet. Am I correct?
Yeah, like Russell Wilson, you know.
But you realize Russell Wilson don't do it as often as you think he does. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Do you know why he doesn't do it like he used to?
Because he might get hurt.
Hmm.
So let me ask you a question. Now, let me ask you a question about the mobile quarterback thing.
Yeah.
Do you think that a quarterback can sustain a longevity in career if he's taking on an extra 60 to 80 hits running the ball?
Yeah, he's in danger.
You say he's in danger of getting hit?
Yeah, getting hit.
Yeah. Okay. So do you feel like a guy like Lamar Jackson, do you feel like he needs to improve in the pocket to help elongate his career as well?
Yeah, he need to improve his passing. For me, he's
Right.
not a quarterback, you know. You got to pass.
Okay. But here, yeah, that's it. The reason
But
why
like I say, like scrambling outside, like avoiding a sack does not make you mobile, okay? Anybody can avoid a sack. You see what Joe Burrow did Sunday, right? But Joe Burrow is not mobile.
Who?
Like
He said Joe
avoiding
Burrow.
a sack
He
does
said-
not make you mobile.
So what makes you mobile?
Okay, what makes you mobile? You know what makes you mobile? Like getting yards.
It's not that hard. It's not a hard question. What makes you mobile? That's all.
Okay, what makes you mobile? Okay. Scramble often, okay?
Whole pockets,
That's
we
number one.
got you. Just hang on for a second. We hear you. We got you, bro.
Go ahead, Yeezy.
I mean, making plays using your legs, right?
Okay.
Or like making mobile. But in the NFL, anybody can move outside the pocket.
Yeah, and that's the thing we're trying to say. We're trying to differentiate what the term of it means, because if people out here making like these bland statements of mobile quarterbacks are not really explaining what it's about. See, now you leave it open for a whole bunch of things.
My thing is he just said that because you move your legs doesn't make you mobile, and then on the same side you just said, all right, moving your legs, you are mobile quarterback.
No, that wasn't me, man.
Who was it? It was a bubble gump. Like who was it? Somebody said it. I know man said it.
Go on the comment. That wasn't me. Go on the comment and you're gonna see who said it.
Just said it. You said it.
Your ass is crazy. But yeah, like you said, it's eventually, but at the end of the day, and I know where this is kind of coming from, it's the wanting what everybody has syndrome, because everybody sees that Matt Ryan doesn't really run out like that and scramble outside like that. I mean, eventually it comes, but you have to, and I'm gonna just say it like this: it's going to come here eventually. But the issue come down to is, even if you have that and you still don't have an offensive line that can protect him from getting hit, like I said, regardless if he can scramble or not, this is one of the main reasons why Russell Wilson was kind of iffy about staying in Seattle, because even though he could improvise and go outside the pocket, you have certain plays where he's getting hit in less than 2 steps. Yeah. This is the same thing with Matt Ryan. This is the same thing with a lot of quarterbacks that are actual guys that move out the pocket. If you don't have an offensive line.
Do you know that Lamar Jackson is in the top 5 as the most hit and sack quarterbacks? Did you know that?
You say what?
Did you know that Lamar Jackson is in the top 5 and most hit, hurried, and sacked quarterbacks in the NFL?
I didn't know that. I know who's first though.
He's first. Yeah, he was first. He was number 1. And then I think they say Kyler Murray was number 2. Am I right, Mike? Was it Kyler Murray?
I think it was
Because I know Matt Ryan was the only like
Yeah.
non-scrambling quarterback that was in that top 5.
That was in there. I think it was Kyler. But so, in essence, like, do you believe drafting a mobile quarterback is going to prevent hits? Like, why is your like? I'm trying to gain everybody's like, what do you think that drafting a quarterback is going to a mobile quarterback is going to accomplish? Because we've already stated that mobile quarterbacks, in the top 5, I think at least 3 or 4 of those guys are the most hit quarterbacks. So, like, why should the Falcons draft a mobile quarterback? And like, what are you trying to accomplish with that?
With the offensive line problems that we have seen consistently.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I mean, and we're gonna let 4 Pockets come on after you finish your statement.
Right.
Hey, fuck a mobile quarterback. I just need a defense, okay?
That's all I need. Just say what you gotta say. That's it.
All right, Yeezy, man. We're gonna let 4 Pockets get in here, man. We appreciate you coming on, man. We appreciate you.
All right, thanks.
All right, no problem, man. All right.
Appreciate you, bro.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4 Pockets. What's going on, homie?
What going on, everybody?
Hey, how you doing, man? What you got for?
Man.
What you got for? What you got?
Man, I'm gonna just put it like this, man. Oh shit, you can't compare Patrick Mahomes to Matt Ryan. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, Patrick Mahomes.
Hello, you still there?
Yeah, he went out for a second.
All right, homie, come back in, man. But yeah, this is why we said you have to kind of differentiate what. Man, we got Jonathan Bell here in the building.
It's a lot different. It's a lot more difficult than what a lot of people think when we talk about mobile quarterbacks, and that's why I brought up the stats, because it's something good to see. I will admit that. I'll be the first person to tell you it's exciting to see quarterbacks run around like that. Right. I was a huge Michael Vick fan. All right, I'm just going to be honest. I was a huge Michael Vick fan. I was a huge Steve Young fan. I love to see Steve Young, but Steve Young's career didn't last long because of that. He was a mobile quarterback. Like, there's a pattern with mobile quarterbacks. They don't last long because they take a lot of unnecessary hits, which is the reason why they actually created the West Coast system. One, because you don't typically have the big arm, but two, like, a lot of those in the West Coast system, those guys move around. So this is one of the reasons why we say, mobile quarterbacks take a lot more punishment, which is the main reason why I cannot stand what Buffalo is doing to Josh Allen. He will not last 6 years in the league the way they use him. I promise you that. The way they're using him, until they turn their offense around and turn him into a quarterback, he will not last 6 years healthy. I promise you that. This dude is the primary source of their entire offense, running the ball and passing. That's not gonna, like, he's much worse. Like, at this point, he's at a faster rate than Cam Newton was. That's not good.
Because a lot of people don't realize them hits add up. Now, if it's one thing, if it's one thing, if you're running and you're getting out of bounds a lot and you're not really taking those type of hits, but if you're trying to make something happen within the field, and all of a sudden you getting blasted by a linebacker, getting blasted by safeties on a consistent basis, them things take a toll on you, man. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with the running quarterback. That's why I said we ain't got no issues. But eventually, with those running quarterbacks, they still have to progress in the pocket. Because if they don't progress in the pocket and they just rely on athleticism for their whole career, Like you just brought up a good example, Cam Newton. Cam Newton was one of the top quarterbacks in this league for like a 3 to 4 year, about a 4 or 5 year span. Them hits took a toll on him. 2016. Bam, went downhill ever since.
Yep. Like I said, I enjoy watching it. Like, I'm not gonna pretend. Like, I enjoy watching mobile quarterbacks run around and do their thing. But that's not we're talking about recipe for success for the long haul. Mobile quarterbacks, like, you gotta understand too one thing. Well, mobile quarterbacks, you're essentially gonna see one big time contract.
Right.
Because what you don't want to do with mobile quarterbacks, and this is why the Ravens are taking their time, even with the contract with Lamar Jackson, because if they give him $200 million, he already having issues with injuries. So you're going to give an injured mobile quarterback who isn't a great thrower $200 million, and now you stuck with a quarterback that's not as mobile as he once was. He isn't a great passer, and you just literally gave him, $200 million. Like that, like that's the dilemma that you're having to deal with. I can give Matt Ryan, I can give Tom Brady, because I know those guys are gonna last. All they got to do is get the ball out of their hand. They smart enough to get the ball out of their hand quick and do their thing. Like I can't count on Lamar Jackson to be a passer. He's not a passer.
And then the one thing is, as many hits, if he's taking the same amount of hits as mobile as the guys like a Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, Josh Allen, if he's taking just as many hits like that, but he's only missed 3 games in 13 years. Like I said, this ain't like he's getting hit by no corners or nothing. This dude's getting hit by defensive linemen and linebackers in the pocket. You got to play the longevity game. But like I said, the main people that I put the link in there, I want the main people that discern that are kind of like the mobile quarterback thing.
Like, bro,
yeah, Jarvis, like I said.
I need you to come on. Like, I need for him to explain this comment, because I'm gonna be real. When was the last time you ever saw a mobile quarterback who was actually able to throw the ball?
Throw the ball in the pocket. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said, it's kind of a rare. I ain't gonna say it's kind of a rare thing, but it's just one of those things that you got the athleticism. So one read and I'm going outside. Now it's schoolyard football after that. See, but the issue with the mobile quarterback thing is, if that's the case, why is there always pocket passers going to the Super Bowl? That's a good question. Why is pocket passers always going to the Super Bowl? You can go all the way back to the 2000s, the late 90s. Even though the mobile quarterback wasn't a thing in the 90s, you always had pocket passers going to the Super Bowl, though. It's very interesting. All right. All right, Wolf, you back there? You ready?
So this is my thing, right? I ain't saying, hold on, my bad. I ain't saying mobile quarterbacks is the ultimate go-to. But what I have seen is given the opportunity, having the opportunity to extend the plays, even when the play breaks down, it's a big thing to have in your pocket. Being a straight statue, especially on your offensive line, is straight garbage. I mean, you definitely want to have that running capability. Russell Wilson was sitting behind a bad offensive line from what, 2017 all the way to like, what, 2019, 2020, running for his life, but they always had a winning record. And the defense wasn't hitting on shit. The team was winning because of Russell Wilson, not because of the offensive line or none of that. So for me, it's just like, I'm not saying running quarterback, yeah, they could get hurt, but all mobile quarterbacks don't necessarily have to take hits. Joe Burrow, when he broke for the 10 yards yesterday, what he do? He slid down. He didn't try to get for extra. Pat Mahomes do the same thing. Like, my thing is, just because you're mobile and you take off running, doesn't necessarily you got to take the hit. Lamar Jackson just don't know how to slide. He always trying to juke. That's a bad thing if you're going to be mobile. But if you can run for the first down or run to extend the play and pass for the first down, that's a great thing to have. Like, why is that such a bad thing? Now, I don't want a quarterback that chooses to run. I want a quarterback that chooses to run to extend the play. But if he see an opportunity to get the first down or get a couple of yards because there ain't nothing open, why not have that? Why not have it? Like, it's just, yeah.
I got a question for you.
What's up?
All right. You say you want a quarterback that chooses to pass the ball first, right?
Right.
So if he chooses to pass the ball first, why do we care about the running first? Because
because you
hold on.
Go ahead.
Hey, I'm about to say you can mute the TV right quick because we can kind of barely hear you as well.
I'm about to leave out anyway. My bad, bro.
Okay, you good?
If you care about him passing the ball first, shouldn't we be more focused on the passing game rather than the mobile part? Because if you're choosing to pass the ball first, what does it matter with the running part?
Okay, all right. I can speak now. All right, so the whole point of the running part, like I said, I want a quarterback that chooses to pass first, not as soon as the play hikes off, take off running. No, you sit in the pocket. But as soon as defensive lineman, edges start coming in, have the ability to run out the pocket, gain the first down. Or if ain't nothing open, you can run for the first down. Sometimes Matt Ryan does it. I give him that. I even be arguing with my homeboy like Matt Ryan do when he have opportunities to run, he definitely run. But if he had a little bit more juice, he'll take a lot more opportunities for first downs and stuff like that. So my point is, I want a passing quarterback. But if he have wheels and the capability to get outside the pocket or capability to run for the first down, why not have that extra little bit? Joe Burrow, he's a pocket passer. Offensive line suck. But guess what? He sits in the pocket, he throws the ball. But when he can't sit in the pocket, nobody's open, he extend the plays, he run for the first down or he throw for the first down. That's my whole point. I'm not saying get somebody that got some wheels on them. If they can run.
Okay. So I see. So from what you're saying is you want a guy that can more improvise on the spot.
Right. So Aaron Rodgers, he improvises not right away, not right on the spot, but when that pocket start to collapse, he extend the play. Russell Wilson, same thing. They don't take off running as soon as the ball is hiked. They sit there in the pocket. When shit don't feel right, they take off running. That's all I'm saying. Having somebody that be able to do that or run for the first down and give that threat, like, oh shit, we can't just send a all out blitz or whatever. Like, it makes it more difficult. It makes it where the defense actually got to think.
But there's one aspect of when you said Seattle and Russell Wilson, there's one aspect of that you forgot to mention.
Yeah.
They always ran the ball well. Even though they wasn't protecting him well, they damn sure was running the ball well with Chris Carson and them boys too.
So but even when they ran the ball well, Russell Wilson was always a top 5 quarterback at the top of the charts. And that ain't because of running. That's because you throwing the ball. And like I said, he always sat behind a bad offensive line for what, 5-6 years? and he always had a winning record. The defense, the Legion of Boom, was been gone after like Russell Wilson was carrying the team for the longest.
And if he was carrying the team for the longest, why does he want out?
Because he's tired of carrying the team. He wants them to invest more into what he want going on and shit like that. Like everybody know that.
Why is like what is he wanting at this point? Like what if he's tired of carrying the team, what do you feel?
Well, I mean, everybody know it's all types of shit. Sierra won out of Seattle, her career. I mean, it's all type of personal shit.
Let's keep it football. Let's keep it football.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Wow.
Right.
Okay, for one, he know their offense is vanilla as fuck. It's always been vanilla. Pete Carroll's on the same shit that he been on. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed about the scenery. He's looking at Tom Brady football wise. Shit, he went to another culture. He went somewhere else where they actually listened to him and did what he felt like he needed to do so they could win, and they listened to him. They ain't doing that in Seattle. They is not doing that in Seattle.
But I got a question. I got a question too. I got a question. So is it? Do you feel like that he needs to go to a situation to where they can have the pieces to where he doesn't have to do as much?
Right, because he got to do way too much. But see, the thing that's the biggest difference. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, they don't have to do way too much. But when they do have to do a lot, they have the capability of doing it. Russell Wilson got to do it all the time. He's getting tired of having to do it all the time.
So another question. So when the guys are ready to improvise and go out the pocket, do you think is it that they normally complete their 3 to 5 step drops before they move out, or are these guys that just going out right away?
No, they going out after they do their 3-5. They 3-step, 5-step, 1, 2, 3, nothing open. And Matt Ryan, he does it good. It's 1, 2, 3, nothing open. He throw it away or got down. He try if he can, he'll extend it. But if not, he'll just take the sack. But when you got to somebody that got the wheels, it's 1, 2, 3. Oh shit, nothing open. Extend it, ain't nothing there. They still throw the ball away. Like all I'm saying is, in the playoffs, other than what's his name, Jimmy Garoppolo and fucking Sam Bradford or whatever, their games was a little bit different or whatever. But yesterday, after seeing, especially with the Cincinnati Bengals, that's gonna be my biggest argument with them. Their offensive line is straight trash. But Joe Burrow, he's a playmaker. He can make plays in the pocket and he make plays outside the pocket. Having that capability in your back pocket, having that threat, it feels good. Yes, that's what the fans want, but it's more so than what the fans want. It gives you a chance to win. It gives you a chance like, oh shit, we don't only have to rely on the passing. Everybody think we about to pass, but the quarterback take off for a 10-yard run, 15-yard run. Ain't nobody really worried about that too much with Matt Ryan. He does it every now and again, but for the most part, ain't nobody too much worried about that shit. But Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, you give them opportunity or a lead way, they could take off for 10, 15 yards and slide or run out of bounds. Just because you're mobile doesn't mean you have to take hits. It doesn't mean you get hurt.
All right, so
Cam Newton. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
I was about to say, so like I said, and we're gonna go with the Joe Burrow thing as well. And once again, how many times have you seen where it's led by Joe Mixon? You once again, you've negated the running a game that Cincinnati has, because Joe Mixon is one of those young backs that is up there.
Look, I'm not. Look, a good running game definitely helps with the passing game and the ability for the quarterback to run, whatever. But again, regardless, if the running game ain't shit and the pass play breaks down, bro, it's so many times where the quarterbacks has the opportunity to get the first down or extend it. Like how many times where Pat Mahomes, the whole goddamn everybody is locked down. I'm talking about coverage is off the like everybody covered. Pressure's there. He takes off running. He extend the plays. Tyreek Hill get an opportunity to get over.
The hell just happened? What the hell just happened? You still in there, Matt?
He just left. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I don't know what the hell. But the main thing I was gonna say too is, as far as that is, when we look at it, this is one thing too. when you look at Patrick Mahomes and you look at a lot of him tape where he has that time, how many 8 to 10 second pockets? How many 8 to 10 second pockets that Patrick Mahomes has had to throw out of outside of the pocket?
Not a lot. He had 118. The reason why I'm bringing up rushing yards is because you got a guy that is perceived to be a mobile quarterback, and Joe Burrow, which everybody can pretty much say that Joe Burrow is a quote unquote mobile quarterback, but he literally had about less than 40 yards rushing than Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan had 82, I believe it was. So is Matt Ryan considered a mobile quarterback? Because he literally got what, like I said, less than 40 yards than a mobile quarterback. Not 100, not 200, not 300 less. He has 40 yards less than a perceived mobile quarterback. So, like, these are the things we talk about. Just because a guy's doesn't run fast doesn't mean he isn't a mobile quarterback. We always say this one thing that people got to know about Kyle Shanahan offense. You can't be a pocket quarterback playing in his system because he runs a ton of bootlegs. Matt Ryan literally won an MVP in that offense where he had to bootleg. We've seen it's one play that sticks out to me in the entire season. I don't know why this play always sticks out to me. When Matt Ryan literally bootleg, I don't know if it was to the right, I believe it was to the right side of the line, and you got Big Levine Toilolo wide open on that bootleg. That doesn't happen. I believe it was. It could have been. It could have been. I think it was 16. It could have been 15.
It was 16 because I remember because everybody was like, God damn, how the hell he get wide open like that? Because it was because I remember what you talking about because it was a sprint out. It was a sprint. It was like a play action sprint out, and Levine Toilolo
he leaked out.
He leaked out from a pass block, but what he did was he went underneath and then he shot up the field. Who the fuck was that against? I think that was against the Eagles that year. Was it the Eagles? It was right around that game frame, around that game.
It might have been the Eagles. It might have been.
Damn, I can't remember who that was, but I know exactly what play you're talking about.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like you gotta have wheels to be able to play in certain systems. That's why you have a shotgun system. That's why you have a West Coast system. The West Coast system is probably the most quarterback talent friendly system there is because it's not predicated on whether or not you mobile or a pocket quarterback. Like
Mike, you just made me realize something. Most of those quarterbacks that we listed, right? Don't they mostly play in the gun most of the damn game?
I was wondering when you was gonna catch that. I was actually painting that picture. I was wondering you was gonna catch that.
It's kind of fun. It's kind of funny. Nobody mentions that about 60% of the time they're in the gun. So you're already 5 yards away from the line of scrimmage. You already can see everything from a further distance. So you already see, okay, he's going there. Oh, he's right there. 2 steps back, you already 7 yards away from the line of scrimmage. You can make them runs going that way. I'm glad you did that because you just reminded me of that. I was like, aren't most scrambling quarterbacks play out the shotgun?
Yep.
What's up, Alex, man? What's going on, man? You there?
Yep.
What you got for us, man? Because, Mike, you just made me think about something. I'm like, don't most scrambling quarterbacks play in the shotgun?
That's why
because even Vic played a lot of shotgun, too, when he was here. Well, not a lot, but it was right around the 50-50.
Especially in Philly. He played a lot in Philly.
What you got for us, Alex?
I mean, here's how I feel. Like first of all, I have a lot of respect for guys like Matt Ryan, Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr's, guys that predicate themselves on studying defenses from both shotgun and under center so they can pass at any given moment and be very efficient with it. Like Matt Ryan under center, whether it's too high, whether it's single high safeties, cover three, can dial up any play action pass and it can go for a decent bit of game. You call it play calling, but you still need to have good accuracy on those passes too. But I also see, what people are saying when it comes to mobile quarterbacks. But you also see the double-edged sword with that. For example, prime example is Jalen Hurts with the Eagles. Jalen Hurts right now with the Eagles, along with scheme and the running backs and the O line, is one of the main factors why they were first in rushing yards this season. But however, their offense in that Tampa Bay Buccaneers game wasn't necessarily getting it done. Partially, mostly because of Jalen Hurts and him being as an advanced passer as those guys like Matt Ryan, Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, and so on and so on. So if you're gonna talk about a mobile quarterback, at least like the only like if you're gonna bring up a mobile quarterback, that guy has to understand what he's doing both under center and out of shotgun. Like Justin Fields, you know, he is gonna prosper to be a good quarterback. I know that. I know that for a fact. I know that he also may have some Russell Wilson PTSD in that Chicago Bears O line, but I know that he's going to be a good quarterback. I know that he can run the ball really well, and he understands a lot of concepts from both shotgun, which makes him dangerous running the ball from shotgun, and maybe even running the ball from under center if you want to get really creative. But like I see the added value both running the ball and throwing the ball, because the more you can do, the more valuable you are to a team, the more games you can win. But you also need to be able to pass, because that's what you're being paid $30 million to do. You're being paid to pass the ball. And Matt Ryan is top 15, no doubt, best passers in the NFL. So
Yeah, man, that's very intriguing. And like and what I think what it also is as well is, if you look at a lot of the quarterbacks that's coming in out of college now, a lot of them are that tweener. You don't really have the prototypical pocket passer coming out like that anymore.
I
But
mean, oh yeah, my
no,
bad.
but I'm about to say, but the issue is you have to look at a lot of these quarterbacks that are coming out of college, and you have to look at, and I'm not talking about you, Alice. I'm just saying, just in general, what are their percentages taking snaps under center compared to shotgun?
Because you become a tail. It's a lot easier to tell what you're going to do. It's only a certain amount of plays that you can run out of shotgun. This is why you got to mix up your formations. And that's one thing about the Chiefs. They kind of get caught up in running a bit too much gun and pistol formations. Like that's why they're easy, because there's only so many plays you can run out of the gun. You can't run a lot of bootlegs out of shotgun without actually telling. Like, with a bootleg, he's gonna line up on this. 9 times out of 10, you can't run a bootleg out of a shotgun. Like, you can't. It's hard. You'll run a sprint, but you can't necessarily. Not too many teams run bootlegs out of it. Like, you would have to do, like reverses and things and change the but like it's difficult to like actually run a bootleg out of a shotgun. So it makes it a lot difficult. It makes it a lot easier for teams to kind of read what you're doing. That's why I think they've had a lot of struggles, because teams they get in that gun and they stay in that gun.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look at this comment here. Joe Schmo said, "I seen Mahomes and Josh under center a few times this year, and it looked weird as fuck."
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because
Yeah.
they normally don't operate under center like that.
That's true. Yeah.
Now, but like I said, if you look at the modern day quarterbacks that are able to move and run for yardage and to extend plays on the outside, hell, you even seen it with Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers. You see a lot of shotgun. You see a lot of gun. You see a lot of pistol. And I think a lot of people don't really take into account of that, because if you're in pistol or in the gun, you already got 2 steps ahead of the offensive line. Now, if the offensive line is giving up hits in less than 2 seconds, your offensive line is straight horrible out the damn gun. Now, this leads to this question. Is the offensive line important for the running quarterback to succeed? Because even if you have to extend plays to the outside, the offensive line still got to hold. They still got to hold up somebody at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
The quarterback still has to read the defense. They still got to read the field, because if they got a spy on that quarterback and he can't really read and see what the hell's going on out here, and your offensive line ain't holding a defensive lineman, you outside the pocket now, so they could just tear your head off a new one. So when we look at the mobile quarterbacks, are we just saying that the mobility of the quarterback is more important than the guys protecting him? Is it more important than his progression as a quarterback? And this is where a lot of people don't take into account. Hell, let's be honest, this is most of the things people don't want to hear.
Without question.
What you got on that take? What you got on that take, Alex? My bad, Mike.
You're absolutely right. I mean, the quarterback gets paid $30 million to throw the ball, primary, and running the ball is an added value. You know, it does make you more valuable. However, throwing the ball is what's really important. You know, because it makes things a lot more easier, and you can even bring in maybe guys like Felipe Franks or athletes and try your best to scheme ways to improve that running game. So, you know, you can maybe try to and be a little bit creative on the running game side. But if you have a guy that understands concepts, you have viable, decent weapons on the receiving end, then that just makes your offense, you know, really interesting, because now you can throw the ball, you can run the ball, and in some of the situations you can pass and run the ball, depending on how good that running quarterback is. As a backup, like with Felipe Franks, maybe this RPO offense and yada yada yada. But that's for a different story. I did want to point out. I saw a comment that they were saying that Mahomes and Allen were under center a lot this year, and they looked weird. In this situation, which you probably guys have heard me talk about this a whole bunch of times, a lot of defense, actually, correction, almost all defenses played 2 high safety shells against both Allen and Mahomes this season. Like a lot, like probably a record amount of 2 high safety shells. And in order to beat that, you either need to dink and dunk, which Mahomes, I mean, he got better at it throughout the season, but it's you know, not a lot of quarterbacks really want to do that. They want to, you know, sling the ball out all day, or you need to run the ball, which is why you saw Mahomes under center a lot. Maybe they ran the ball out of shotgun a lot too, just to keep the defense honest, to get them out of 2 highs, so they could get them back into the look, so they can bomb them. So that's what Kansas City did with Josh Allen. They just started running a lot of QB runs, a lot of power concepts, like things that they would run maybe with Jalen Hurts, but except they have a running back there. So a lot of teams are now adjusting. Like whenever people make adjustments to take away this explosive passing game, people are also adjusting in terms of going under center. So sooner or later in these draft classes later on, you'll see quarterbacks want to sling the ball, but also be adept in handling situations under center, because that's just how the NFL is shaping out like right now. A few people have made videos explaining why run fits are really important, because people are starting to like learn how to take away that deep passing game. As a matter of fact, the best example I can give is when Mahomes threw the interception for the Bengals to get that field goal. They played cover 3 robber, if I'm not mistaken. So basically, they had 2 high shells, one safety robbed and did cover 3, but that guy matched with a deep receiver. So and it was 3rd and 10, so we had to go deep anyway. So now there's no one deep, meaning that Mahomes has to run or make something happen deep. And none of those options are good, because you don't really want Mahomes running on a defense that now has picked up on him running the ball. So they're trying to play him honest against scrambling. And you don't want to throw the ball deep because, well, even though it's Mahomes, he can still throw a pick, which he did, which ended up into the game leading field goal. So you got to teams are going to start adjusting to how the NFL is shaping out and how colleges are going to start shaping out. So it's not just going to be trending towards one way forever. People are going to start making adjustments.
It's just that I'm gonna just use a good analogy. Like I said, I like the way you broke that down, Al. I'm gonna give y'all a good analogy. I'm gonna use a basketball analogy out of this one. And Mike, I think you're gonna like this one. Pocket quarterbacks are basically the mid-range jump shot. Running quarterbacks are the 3-pointers. They give you more bang for your buck. But the mid-range jump shot is the higher percentage. Look at the Super Bowls in the last 25 years.
So I safer.
A quarterback has more protection in the pocket than outside of it. This is what we're talking about with the hits. You got more protections inside than outside. So if you getting a quarterback that's running outside all the time, that's where the big hits come in at, because now you a runner. You're not a quarterback no more. This is why you see a Russell Wilson converting more in the pocket now than he was earlier in his career. He's still getting hit.
His career came to an end because he was running.
We forget Andrew Luck ass getting killed out there because he was doing the same thing too.
Yeah, he was running around.
Cam Newton is another one. Eventually, here in a couple years, I wouldn't be surprised you see Josh Allen gonna be on that list. So at the end of the day, it's more so about having the balance. But this goes back to what we say, what we always say over here. The quarterback is only going to be as good as the players around him. The players that would allow him to do what he do. You still need an offensive line regardless if he can run or not. You still need a running game to alleviate that pressure, to give the defense something to where they have to think. Because if you ain't got no running game, and you running all over, if you are the running game, defenses is going to tail on you real quick. But we're going on. We about to hit the mark here, man. We're gonna go ahead and wind it down for tonight. I'm about to say, Mike, you got some final words for everybody.
Dang, I didn't realize we did 2 hours.
That's what I'm saying.
Good gosh. Like I said, I understand why people want to see mobile quarterbacks. I understand it. It's very exciting. It's what sells, and
That's what.
oh man, like I said, I understand it, but at the end of the day, man, that's not what's good for your franchise, because now you're like, well, what you don't understand with that makes the franchise boring. The reason why I'm saying that is because now you're forced to continuously build the defense because you can't rely on the quarterback. You can't rely on a quarterback that's gonna, he's always in predicaments where he hurt. That's essentially what happened to the Falcons with Michael Vick. He was forced. Thank God we had a pretty good defense, but Mike Vick was always hurt. That means that we're going to have to take a chance on drafting a quarterback in the second and third round because we can't count on him. And then if Mike end up playing well, we got to turn around and trade the quarterback after 2-3 years. So it's like we're not putting all our resources actually in building the team because we have to build the day. I said
Falcon.
I say something.
No. You said something because that's exactly what happened.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
The Falcons didn't know what they had in Mike Vick as far as the progress. I didn't mean to take over. I just want to say this one quick thing.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So remember, the Falcons didn't know how quickly Michael Vick could progress as a quarterback. So they drafted Matt Schaub in the third round.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Vick took him to the playoffs the next year and then traded Matt Schaub for a first round pick. And then Michael Vick was out the league the very next year because with the dog situation. So now the Falcon franchise lost literally 2 quarterbacks in the span of 2 to 3 years. One circumstantial, which was unfortunate, and the other one they just thought that Michael Vick finally turned that corner. You got a first round pick out of Matt Schaub, which I was shocked the hell they did. The Texans was just desperate for a quarterback. So I just want to say that. So Mike hit on something.
That's why I said you forced to build the defense because you can't count on that's why I'm really surprised by that firing of Dom Winkmondale. Like that was the dumbest shit Ravens could have done. If they don't they better believe in his replacement because if they don't, they really just screwed their whole franchise with that one move. I still don't like that because I just don't think Lamar is going to ever be a good quarterback. I just don't think he's going to be a quarterback, and the way his body is already kind of deteriorating. So now you're gonna have to be forced to, if he continues to get hurt, you're gonna have to spend the third rounder on a quarterback rather than actually building a defense. So you're taking away from the defense because you need a defense because he's not a quarterback. So you got to build a defense with 4 5th rounders, and those second and third rounders become a little bit more, important, valuable. So you're going to be doing a lot of trading, a lot of people, and the issues with chemistry going to kick in. So look, like I said, I understand why people like mobile quarterbacks, but what mobile quarterbacks, there's a huge price to pay with that. And that's not only with your draft picks, but you gotta continuously build a defense with a mobile quarterback. You have to.
Right. All right, Alex, man, you got any final words for the people before we tune this thing off?
Yep. So I think I've come to realize that every time I bring my hot takes, I feel like a lot of people don't understand what I'm talking about. So when it comes to like just my thought process when evaluating film, I evaluate technique over just glances, because I used to look at glances and just see they lost, and then just move on with my day. But as I started to like really dive into football and I saw a lot of people doing breakdowns, I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna take a look at why they lost. And as I started going on and on and on, now you start hearing me bring more hot takes because I'm seeing why they lose. So for Falcons fans that want to understand a little bit more about football, I advise y'all to just
Coming out
just
Discord. Coming out
yeah.
Discord. Alex, you're there, right? You in the Discord.
Yeah. Come in the Discord. We have a nice time just talking about football and everything. You want to hit us up about technique tapes, I got you. But yeah, I just advise y'all to just do your own research. If there's a player that we re-sign that maybe you don't know, look them up. And if they're talking about someone on technique, look it up too. If you really want to understand and make takes and make these what's it called, these claims about certain players, just come in and kind of have your proof with it too, because here these guys, we're sticking with them, but we're also watching the tape too. We're watching the tape, and we love our Falcons, but we also want what's best for the team as well, and I advise Falcons fans to do the same. That's my 2 cents.
Okay, I love that. So basically, at the end of the day, you have to have a complete team. That's the bottom line.
That's the truth.
You got to have a complete team. It don't matter if you got a quarterback that runs. It don't matter if you got a quarterback that's in the pocket. You ain't winning in this league. Like I said, you got to have a complete team. Yes, we talk about Cincinnati offensive line not really being the best, but they run the ball well. So that offensive line is not terrible. They just have a certain identity as far as what they like to do, and that's run the ball. Defense don't always win championships. Key stops wins championship. Picking up them plays in key situations is what wins championships. We've seen it throughout these whole playoffs. So y'all got to keep that in mind, man. And like I said, it ain't just one thing. It's everything. Everything got to go in the right way. So, man, feel like this was a good show tonight. We appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Definitely, y'all continue to support your boys. 6-Man K Styles, Mad Mike Sports, Land Falcon Nation, definitely. Shouts out to Alex. Appreciate you joining us here, as well as the couple callers that we did have. Like I said, we will put the links out here for the people that kind of want to that kind of disagree what we're saying. Put your voice out there. You see, we listen.
Just gonna ask questions. That's all.
We just asking questions, but you got to come with the right energy. But Until next time, we ain't here to play. We here to stay. You ain't got to go home.
Get the hell out of here.
Dude,
I just got
boy, you just improvised the shit out there, boy. Motherfucker, you done hit the super, you hit the super power ball from hell on that one, didn't you?